Welcome to the NFL News with Sylvester. We start our first story with the Jacksonville Jaguars. In the Monday Night Football game, which the Jacksonville Jaguars lost to the Cincinnati Bengals 34-31, the Jacksonville Jaguars had two players with major injuries. On wide receiver Christian Kirk, Kirk might need surgery. But there's positive news for quarterback Trevor Lawrence. He only suffered a high ankle sprain. It was on a play where the offensive lineman for the Jaguars, Walter Little, who was filling in for veteran Cam Robinson, stepped on Trevor Lawrence's right ankle, followed by a defensive lineman landing on top of Trevor Lawrence, who was in an awkward position at the time. Trevor suffered a high ankle sprain, no torn ligaments. That's actually good news for Jaguar fans and the NFL football fans who want to see a top quarterback play in the game. This was confirmed earlier Tuesday by Jacksonville Jaguars head coach Doug Peterson. Head coach Doug Peterson said he suffered a high ankle sprain, he being Trevor Lawrence, and said Trevor might have a possibility to play in the next game. In our next news story, we go to the New York Jets. The New York Jets are releasing quarterback Tim Boyle, who only played for 2 games. It's reported by the NFL Network insider Tom Pelissero. Josanna Anderson of CBS Sports first reported the news. In Boyle's place, Bet Rypien, a Seattle practice squad player, was signed. Head coach of the New York Jets, Robert Saleh, was asked who would be the starter for Week 14 against the Houston Texans. Coach Saleh said that he was not ready to make a decision. On our next news item, we go to the Indianapolis Colts. Indianapolis Colts wide receiver Michael Pittman Jr. is the franchise record book holder for an 11-catch performance in Sunday's win over Tennessee. This just in, the New York Jets head coach Robert Saleh is naming Zach Wilson as the starting quarterback for the game on Sunday against the Houston Texans. The Jets earlier released backup Tim Boyle, who started the last 2 games for the Jets, in place of Zach Wilson. In our next news item, the Buffalo Bills have taken 2 players off injured reserve. Tight end Dawson Knox, who has a wrist injury, and cornerback Kaiir Elam with an ankle injury. Both are now in the 21-day practice window. The National Football League has released their list of candidates, one from every team, all from the 32 teams, for the Walter Payton Man of the Year award. The Man of the Year award recognizes a player for their excellence on and off the field. The winner of the Walter Payton Man of the Year award will receive a $250,000 donation to the charity of their choice. All 32 nominees received up to $55,000 donation to the charity of their choice. The winner of the Walter Payton Man of the Year award will be announced live at the NFL Honors on Thursday, February 8th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on CBS. This concludes the NFL news portion with Sylvester. Sports News Review has a game changer as far as writing the script for the NFL news and the script for World Sports News with Ernie. The staff at Sports News Review had clipboards, pens, pencils, and highlighters to write a script for the NFL news with Sylvester and World Sports News with Ernie. And the biggest game changer, if anyone wants to do a channel like this, is Sylvester suggested that we just use the phone and put it on memo and then put the microphone on and talk into it and it will print what the staff are saying. We at Sports News Review are glad that we hired Sylvester to do our NFL news. Sylvester was just walking in, and that's when he suggested that he looked at this and he looked at the clipboard and said, "This is just a little archaic." Sylvester is glad that we just don't copy and paste our reports. Our staff at Sports News Review review the stories, read and review the stories, and we write our report. This has dramatically cut down the amount of time needed to do research and to have a script written out. Sports News Review is a new channel, and we started with live reports, reading the tablet, and evolved to doing segmented programs. At first, our news items were always 3 hours long. It was a method of just reading off the tablet. At first, it was cold readings, and then it became, as we know now, with video reports. After we upload this video to our YouTube channel, Sports News Review, we at Sports News Review will be doing this method now to do a script for World Sports News with Ernie, which is next. This has been a complete game changer for us. It has dramatically saved us a lot of time, and the staff is getting old at Sports News Review, where we cannot just sit there with a clipboard, pen, paper, highlighter, and look over the internet and do our reports. This concludes the NFL news with Sylvester. For Sylvester and I, we're both saying we're over and out.